Today we are doing a guided meditation, a light language meditation on feeling safe. So it's very easy in our society to not feel safe in our bodies, not feel safe on the planet, not feel safe financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. So that's what this meditation will focus on. Please make sure that you are not driving or operating equipment. This is a meditation, so keep that in mind. Only meditation, visualization. It's not intended to treat, cure anything. I always ask that my guides come in, your guides come in, highest white light, angels, archangels, source, have basically the only things that are allowed in. So I will be putting us in a huge ball of white light, individually as collectively as well. So I will invite you to take a seat, lay down if you prefer, have a blanket nearby if needed, and just listen and follow along as we go. So I'll invite you to go ahead and lay down, close your eyes. Take some cleansing breaths, nice big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Another big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in and out. So I want you to picture yourself just in a wonderful bubble of gold and white light. Only light and love get through any of the force field that is around you. And I want you to remember, we're going to go on a journey here. Before you remember being you. So I want you to picture yourself inside of your mom's uterus. It's a very dark, warm, safe, kind of tight, but in a good way environment. So think back of what that might be like, having fetal position and all safe and warm. Everything is given to you that you need in that moment. You feel fantastic. You have a very loving parent who you feel is so excited to greet you. But we're going to go back, and we're going to go back before that time. We're going to rewind just a bit. We're rewinding to the place that you were before. And you realize as you rewind that you are this beautiful soul. You might have a physical-ish body, but not the full physical form. Your spirit, you are in a place of bliss and laughter and love and joy. And you know what it feels like to feel safe and that nothing is wrong. I want you to go back into that feeling. You have a knowing and an internal, almost internal presence that you just know. You know where you are, you know where you come from, you know pretty much everything. You almost, as if you ask the question, it's poof right there. So think about this place of bliss. I want you to feel a warmth, like the warmth of the sun rays, except it's almost like sprinkles. So you can feel warmth and wetness and depth, and all of your senses get to be tingling. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to learn because you have just that knowing once you think it. And you get to just sit, lay, and bask in this glorious white light. And I want you to go back and remember before all the programming from this lifetime. and realize that you got to choose. You wanted an experience. It's kind of like a roller coaster. Or as you're going up the roller coaster and you hear the sounds of the roller coaster propelling upward, before it makes its descent down, you hear the click, 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 click. And you realize that some of the fun of the roller coaster is just the anticipation. And then as the roller coaster, you reach the very top, you reach that tipping point and you can feel the excitement, and then whoosh, down you go. And then there's loops and swirls and turns. Now imagine if that roller coaster was just a nice steady train ride. Would it be as exciting? No. So you decided in this state of choosing what you were going to put and pick to go on your roller coaster that is life. Now, other people get to pick their roller coasters, and so you might have some overlap. But generally speaking, for the big stuff, you got to choose. Why? Because of the experience of it. It gets to be fun, and it gets to be exciting. But ultimately, as you're picking, you know that roller coaster is going to be over, and you get to come right back here to this space of pure bliss. And so you think, why not make things exciting? Why not have some peaks and some valleys and some flips and some spins and some swirls? Why not, you said? Let's do it. Let's add more and more twists and turns to the journey that we spend on earth in this reincarnation. Loi katai si she katai nai namoi katai she se katai. Oloi katai nai she se katai kototoro no ai she se katai. And I want you to remember this feeling of this place, this light, this joy, this laughter, this abundance, and really feel it, breathe it in. It's almost as if you can feel the misty particles and pull them into your soul. Lomoi katai she katai nai she se katai, oloi katai she se katai nai namoi she se katai. Esete inei she se katai kotodoro no ai. And in this space, there's no time. There's no space. Everything just is. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to accomplish. And just bask in that feeling. Breathe in and exhale. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can hurt you. You are 100% safe. This is where you come back to. Everything in the world that you remember as Earth is just part of that roller coaster ride, and you chose it. And you chose it for the excitement of it. So it wasn't boring. You got to pick your experiences, and you got to learn something at every step of the way. So instead of feeling fear, let's feel excitement instead. Loi koto e se katai nai shi se katai no no koi shi katai nai se katai nai shi se katai nai kototo ai katai shi se katai le ete nai namoi shi katai kototo ai shi se katai. So as you think back to the things in your life, remember that roller coaster eventually slows down. And you know what? When you come back to this place, you're going to want to do it again. And you're going to wait in line, and you're going to get to come back and experience a little different version of the roller coaster of life. But there is no time during that journey that your soul isn't safe, that it isn't loved, that it isn't appreciated. It's all part of the blissful oneness or the whole. Lomoi katai e she se katai nai no no koto ai she se katai nai she se katai kototo ai. So I want you to just keep saying to yourself, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And know, in fact, that there's nothing that can hurt you, nothing that can harm you. your soul was before, is now, and will be forever. I want you to sit with this feeling of absolute love and bliss and feeling safe and whole and complete. Sit with it. I am safe. And feel what it feels like. Nothing is tugging at you. There's no to-do list. You get to just be. You can come back to this space anytime you would like. And your reminder is, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. We're going to ride through that roller coaster. We're going to go back up. So you're in your roller coaster car. As you're making your way on up. And you remember, oh yeah, this is going to be one heck of a ride. And you're up at the top. And you remember, I am safe. And then you go through and you get that first big plunge and your tummy tickles and you remember the joy and you do some loop-de-loops, some swirl around, some ups and downs, lefts and rights, and you're enjoying the experience. And you enjoy it being high, you enjoy it being low, you enjoy it being left, and you enjoy it being right. And your roller coaster car, it's done all its loops and spins and swirls, and you're back into the place that you started. And you remember, hey, I am safe. I made it through. And it was a heck of a ride, and I screamed and I cried and I had fun. And some of it could have been a little scary, but I was safe the entire time. And you're in this golden bubble, and you're going to slowly let this golden bubble dissipate. You can always come back to your golden protection. And any kind of connections that we may have created will be let go. And you're wiggling your fingers and your toes and taking some breaths in and some breaths out. I am safe. And as you slowly start blinking your eyes open, you remember, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And you can come back to this recording anytime. You can open your eyes and come back. And you feel safe and secure. And you remember that even though life can feel like a roller coaster, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of your day.